Ali, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you? I know I'm late. I'm sorry. I have been
Good.
trying to join the
No
meeting, but
problem,
I
no problem.
failed, and thanks God because now everything is okay. Okay. So I have to say good evening, Ali, and I hope that everything is okay, and I hope again that you are doing well.
Yes, I'm
Uh,
doing well.
yes, thanks God. Okay, so I think we have to complete practicing. We have been practicing, Ali, the listening module, and we have finished practicing the first three sections. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes, and I think now we have to complete. We haven't practiced section 4, which is the longest one. Okay, so let's complete practicing. I hope that you have your own paper and pencil because maybe you want to take notes. And absolutely taking notes is very important. Let me close this page. Let me open the IELTS book, and we have to complete a practice. We have been practicing Cambridge 12 and test 6 exactly. So let me open Cambridge 12, test 6, and let's complete. Okay, so let me go down to test 6. This is test 5, and this is test 6. Nope, 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 nope again. And this is it. Okay, so I think we have finished practicing section number 1. Section number 2, we have matched the information, and even sections number 3, yes, we did. Okay, not all of it. I think we have reached this task, this form. Historical, okay. نحن عملنا براكتس على هيدا الفورم علي.
ايه
واكيد
بتذكر عملنا.
وحلينا وعرفنا شو من الانسرز الصح، مزبوط؟
Yes.
Okay. And I think now we have to go down to the next module. It's not the end. أكيد بعد ما خلص section 3 بعد في عنا فورم، وأكيد بعد الفورم بيخلص section 3 وبيبلش section 4. Okay. Now let me try to make zoom out and try to explain this form. This form, Ali, is saying I have to complete the following chart below. And I have to choose 5. أكيد لاحظ ال5 مكتوبة بالكابيتالايزد وأصلا مكتوبة بالخط العريض لأنه ما بقدر أختار أكثر من 5 answers. وأكيد بدي أختار 5 answers. I have to match the numbers with the letters from A to G. هاي هن علي A to G. This is it. This is A. Let me go down a little bit. This is A. This is G. And I have to write the letters with or next to the numbers that we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay. إذا بدنا نجرب نعد letters علي بنلاحظ إنه في عنا 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 والبلانكس في عنا only 5. This is number 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5. So you have to neglect 2. You have to delete.
لحظة وما في 6 تحت؟
No, ما عندي blank تحت. So there is no a blank. Okay. فمعناها فورا you have to skip, you have to neglect, you have to delete 2 letters, and you have to match only 5 letters. Okay.
لازم الواحد يسمع.
أكيد أول شيء أكيد حيعطيك السبيكر وقت لحتى نقرأ كل شيء مكتوب بالبوكس اللترز وبنرجع بنقرأ النمبرز. ما بينتهي الريكوردينج إلا وأنا تقريبا عارف شو كل شيء موجود بالفورم، وأكيد بعد بسمع وبرجع بكتب اللترز. طبعا مثل ما خبرتك عامر the speaker is going to follow the chronological order. مش حيحكي بالأول عن 29 يرجع عن 26. So please again the speaker is going to follow the chronological order. Okay?
Okay.
And we notice, Ali, that this form is connected to the previous one. If you notice, the previous one was talking about Beth and James. Now they are completing their conversation, and now you have to listen. Okay, so I need you to listen now, and I'm going to check the way that you are going to solve this form. After that, absolutely, we are going to listen and check the correct answers. So this is section 3, and the next form of section 3. Let me play the recording. Yes, this is it. Section 3. Okay, let me skip that to the next form.
Section 3.
Was published and so on,
Uh-huh.
taking one writer and going into a great deal of detail. That approach certainly has its place, but I think you first need to get an understanding of the literature in the context of the society in which it was produced, who it was written for.
Okay, that sounds reasonable.
Okay, so are you ready, Mali?
بس بقى أعطيني 10 seconds بس خليني أحضر شوي.
Take your time. And give me 10 seconds too.
Okay, ready.
If you are ready, Amali, please tell me.
Ready.
Okay, so I think now we have to listen. So let's begin listening.
Before you hear the rest of the discussion, you have some time to look at questions 26 to 30. Now listen and answer questions 26 to 30.
Could I ask for some advice about writing the paper I'm working on about the Vikings? I have to do that this week, and I'm a bit stuck.
Of course. Have you decided yet what to write about?
No, I haven't. There's so much that seems interesting. Viking settlement in other countries, trade, mythology.
Well, what I suggest is that you read an assignment a student wrote last year, which is kept in the library. It's short and well-focused, and I'm sure you'll find it helpful. I'll give you the details in a moment. Textbooks usually cover so many topics, it can be very difficult to choose just one.
Okay. I've got a DVD of the film about the Vikings that came out earlier this year. Should I watch that again?
If it's the one I am thinking of, I'd ignore it. It's more fantasy than reality. But I've got a recording of a documentary that you should watch. It makes some interesting and provocative points, which I think will help you to focus your topic.
Right. So then, should I work out an outline?
Yes, just headings for different sections at this stage. And then you should start looking for suitable articles and books to draw on, and take notes which you organize according to those headings.
I see.
Then put short phrases and sentences as bullet points under each heading. Make sure that this skeleton makes sense and flows properly before writing up the paper in full.
Okay. Thanks. That's very helpful.
So, Ali, how did you find this form?
hard.
How? Okay. Do you think that we have to repeat the recording?
لا بس هقول لك الأجوبة تبعها.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Tell me, how did you solve 26?
text book F.
Give me only the letter, Ali.
F.
It is F. Okay. 27.
27 برو شو يعني برو؟
برو يستعير.
documentary.
What is the letter?
G.
It is G. Okay. 28.
I read some source material on Drive. Okay. 29 notes.
29. What is the letter, Ali?
29 C.
29 C. 28.
28 هات شوف 30.
Mhm.
28 بعتقد bullet points.
So A
Yes.
and 30.
28. 30 F.
Okay. I suggest, Ali, to repeat the recording. Maybe the second time is going to be better than the first one. بجميع الأحوال نحن عم نعمل
عندي
practice.
كتير أغلاط.
عندك بصراحة 3 mistakes.
No, 3
Only
mistakes.
2. So we have to listen again. And the next one, be careful. And I need you to listen carefully. Okay?
Okay.
So let's begin again.
You decided yet?
Okay.
Could I ask for some advice about writing the paper I'm working on about the Vikings? I have to do that this week, and I'm a bit stuck.
Of course. Have you decided yet what to write about?
No, I haven't. There's so much that seems interesting. Viking settlement in other countries, trade, mythology.
Well, what I suggest is that you read an assignment a student wrote last year, which is kept in the library. It's short and well-focused, and I'm sure you'll find it helpful. I'll give you the details in a moment. Textbooks usually cover so many topics, it can be very difficult to choose just one.
Okay. I've got a DVD of the film about the Vikings that came out earlier this year. Should I watch that again?
If it's the one I am thinking of, I'd ignore it. It's more fantasy than reality. But I've got a recording of a documentary that you should watch. It makes some interesting and provocative points, which I think will help you to focus your topic.
Right. So then, should I work out an outline?
Yes, just headings for different sections at this stage. And then you should start looking for suitable articles and books to draw on, and take notes which you organize according to those headings.
I see.
Then put short phrases and sentences as bullet points under each heading. Make sure that this skeleton makes sense and flows properly before writing up the paper in full.
Okay. Thanks. That's very helpful.
That is the end.
So let me check your answers again. Ali, how did you solve 26?
Read okay 26 T. لا شو T. textbook. Yes, textbook هي F يعني 26 F.
Okay. 27.
B.
Is B. Okay. 28.
28 help plan the 20.
28 is A. Okay. 29.
Her read some source materials and write C.
29 is C. Okay. 30.
آه، احنا قلنا في جي صح؟ قلنا في جي ولا بعد ما قلنا؟
Not yet.
اه E.
Okay, it is E. Okay. So I think now, Ali, we have to listen again to the recording and let me show you the best answers and how I knew these are the correct answers. Okay, so let's see.
لحظة غلط هني كم غلط معي؟
You have 4 mistakes and only 1 correct answer. طبعا أكيد شيء طبيعي علي لأنه إحنا عم نعمل براكتس وأنت أول مرة بتعمل براكتس لهالفورم. Okay, this is something normal. Okay, so let's listen again and let me show you the correct answers.
I haven't. There's so much that seems interesting. I have to do that this week.
طبعا أكيد أول شيء بتكون الانترودكشن مش حيبلش فورا بالانسرز. Okay.
And I'm a bit stuck.
Of course. Have you decided yet what to write about?
No,
So have you decided yet what you have to write about? No.
I haven't. There's so much that seems interesting. Viking settlement in other countries, trade, mythology.
So what shall I do? Please, Beth, help me because I don't know how to write this paper. Okay.
Well, what I suggest
What I suggest, okay,
is that you read an assignment a student wrote
is to what?
assignment.
أيوة, is to read an assignment. Okay. خلينا نرجع نشوف شو هي الassignment.
I haven't. There's so much that seems interesting. Viking settlement in other countries, trade, mythology.
خلصت الانترودكشن أكيد هلا بلش السبيكر يحكي عن الانسرز. Okay.
Well, what I suggest is that you read an assignment a student wrote last year.
What to read? An assignment.
assignment student.
Student شو عمل? Wrote the
Student.
last year. Okay, صح؟
اوكي
صح. برافو. Assignment يعني paper. و a student wrote the last year. هاي student وين محطوط البيبر؟
Which is kept in the library.
Which is kept in the library. So it is what?
E.
It is a
بس ما كيف بدي اعرف انه student paper لها علاقة بال شو قالت هي بالفيديو؟
assignment.
student assignment.
برافو. A student wrote it the last year which is kept in the library. اوكي فاكيد مش حيقولوا بيبر حيقول لك سينونيم اللي هي assignment.
هلا مثل ما بعرف اني assignment يعني مثل فرض او شيء او مثل homework او
إلى أكثر من معنى assignment. طيب فرض مش أحيانا بكون الفرض one paper؟
صح بس بلكي text book او شيء.
assignment text book. طيب
هلا
نفترض
لا ما بعتقد.
اوكي نفترض علي هو جواب اف. يمكن انت على فكره معك حق انه طب بلكي تكست بوك الاساينمنت ليش يعني بيبر. اوكي هلا نحن اكيد بدنا نسمع منيح نعرف. اوكي خلينا نسمع منيح ونشوف. هلا انا نفترض انا محتار بين الاي وبين الاف. اوكي Let's keep listening.
It's short and well focused.
So the paper is short and well focused. Okay.
And I'm sure you'll find it helpful. I'll give you the details in a moment. Textbooks usually
Textbooks usually okay.
cover so many topics.
شو قالت؟
textbook cover so many topics.
textbooks إذا بدك تختار textbooks يا جيمس. Textbooks covers or cover too much topics. Okay.
It can be very difficult to choose just
شو؟
It's will be very difficult to choose.
فمعناها شو يا علي؟ معناها أكيد مش إف ما أصلاً بما إنه very difficult to choose وبما إنه كتير بيحلو topics فأنا لازم أعمل شو؟
بدنا ننقي إيه؟
I have to cross and delete F. أوكي؟
أوكي.
فأكيد لازم أسمع لحتى أعرف بالضبط شو السبيكر عن أي letter he is talking about. أوكي. So I crossed F and I chose E. Now it's the time to listen to 27. Now James is going to borrow something from Beth. What is that thing that James is going to borrow from Beth?
Just one.
Okay. I've got a DVD of the film about the Vikings.
What?
Vikings.
شو هو؟
Yeah, DVD فيديو.
برافو. About the film about the Vikings. فهو قال انه انا عندي DVD فيلم حول الفايكنجز. يمكن بي، فمعناها يمكن 27 is B. Okay.
That came out earlier this year. Should I watch that again?
So shall I watch the film Beth? Okay, خلينا نشوف شو بتقول بث يا إيه يا لا.
If it's the one I am thinking of,
If it is the one that I am thinking of, okay.
I'd ignore it.
What?
I ignore it
I
يعني
would
إذا
ignore
أدى
it. برافو، فمعناها أنا لازم فورا أعمل كروس للبي، فمعناها مش بي. بما أنه خبرتك علي هن 7، أنا بدي أختار 5، فهلأ طلع معي إنه I have to cross F and I have to cross B. Okay?
Okay.
So now I have A, C, D, G. فبعد ما عرفنا 27, let's check it again. Okay.
It's more fantasy than reality.
So the film is more fantasy than reality. Okay.
But
يعني
I've got a
خيال.
recording
But what?
But I've got a recording.
But I've got a recording. Okay.
of a documentary that you should watch.
What?
A documentary should we
You
watch?
should watch. So I will give it to you. Let's listen.
It makes some interesting and provocative points, which I think will help you to focus your topic.
So I will give it to you. So هاي الشيء اللي بده يستعيره من بث اللي هو شو؟
documentary.
G. Exactly, it is G. Okay?
Okay.
Now, what is his plan about the paper? Let's listen. We still have what? We still have D, C, and A. Now, what is this plan?
Right. So then, should I work out an outline?
So, shall I work out an outline, Beth?
Yes, just headings for different sections
Just headings of different sections. هاي واحد headings. A.
at this stage. And then you should start looking for suitable articles
Suitable articles. Okay.
and books to draw on.
And books to draw on. فمعناها عم بيحكوا عن شو؟ Headings, articles, some books. هي الخطة يلي لازم يعملها حول البيبر.
structure.
أكيد structure. So it is the structure of the paper, the structure of the plan. So it is D. Okay?
Okay.
Now after that, James is going to read some source material and write what? Write notes or write bullet points. Let's check
لا
this.
write notes بعتقد.
Let's listen. يلا نسمع نشوف.
And take notes, which
And شو؟
take notes.
مع هاي الميسي. And take notes. برافو. So take notes is C.
وآخر واحدة البولت points.
Bullet points. أكيد لازم نسمع لنعرف. So
you organize according to those
organize. أكيد اللي هي plan. Structure organize. Okay.
headings.
I see.
Then put short phrases and sentences
Then put phrases and short sentences. مثل شو? Like what?
as bullet points.
As what?
As bullet points.
As bullet points. So you should write the short sentences and the phrases as bullet points. It is A. Okay, Ali?
Okay.
So this is it. Please be careful. فلاحظ انه لازم نسمع منيح، واكيد ما ننسى انه هاي السكشن 3 والسبيكر عم يحكي شوي اسرع من سكشن 1 وسكشن 2. So please be careful. Okay?
Okay.
So after finishing talking, practicing about section 3, now it's the time to practice section 4. برجع بقول على section 4 مش صعب. كثير من الطلاب بيفكروا section 4 يعني هو الأصعب. هو مش الأصعب. أنا بصراحة بعتبره الأسهل. بس لأنه يمكن السبيكر بيحكي لو شوي لوقت طويل بفكروا الطلاب هو الأصعب. طبعا إذا بتلاحظ بالريكوردينج، حفرجيك بالريكوردينج السكشن 4. أم... هون يمكن الريكوردينج no it's not here. Is it here? Okay. Touch me again. I know. This is test 6 section 4. Okay.
Section 4.
قبل ما نسمع السكشن 4. اوكي. اذا بتلاحظ هو عباره عن، ما بعرف اذا ببين عدد الدقائق. آه
You will hear part of
لا مش مبين. على كل حال هالريكوردينج تقريبا عليه من 8 minutes، من 8 دقائق. بس انه هالريكوردينج طويل مش معناها انه صعب، لا. بس اكيد بدي انتبه، لانه الريكوردينج طويل علي انا احيانا بفقد التركيز بسبب انه الريكوردينج طويل. يمكن شوي اشعر بالملل او افقد التركيز، فبليز بي كيرفول. اوكي.
اوكي، طب هلا بدنا ناخد الكيوردز صح؟
برافو. قبل الكيوردز بدنا نقرا الانستركشنز، والانستركشنز بتقول يو هاف تو رايت شو.
only one word.
طبعا ممنوع كتابه 2 ووردز وممنوع كتابه 3 او اكثر. اوكي.
اوكي.
طيب ما ننسى علي، اول شيء بدي اقرا التايتل كونفليكت ات وور، واكيد بدي اعمل سيركل للكيوردز، وبدي انتبه احيانا مش شرط اتبع الكيورد السبيكر كلمه بكلمه لاعرف الكيورد. احيانا السبيكر بيحكي عن الانفورميشن بعد البلانك ليوصلك على الحل او البلانك، مثل ال 34 هاي 3. وكمان بدي خبرك شغله علي، لانه السبيكر بيحكي لوقت طويل فيمكن افقد التركيز وما اعرف السبيكر وين عم بيحكي. اذا ضيعت السبيكر، فانا مشان ما ضيع كثير وقت وروح كثير كويستشنز، انا بنطر السبيكر ليوصل للسبتايتل. لما يوصل للسبتايتل طبعا اكيد لاحظ انه تشيف اكزيكتيفز هو سبتايتل، هذا مانجر سبتايتل، مانيمايزنج كونفليكت هو سبتايتل، فاكيد السبيكر حيحكي عنه. فلما يحكي عنه سبيكر انا برجع بتبع السبيكر وبضل مع السبيكر. فاحيانا بضطر انه انطره لحتى يحكي عن السبتايتل، لارجع ضل مع السبيكر وما ضل وضيع وقت وتحذر وين السبيكر عم بيحكي وبأي كويستشن. اوكي.
اوكي، طب خلينا نحول كونفليكت
امم
لانه انا مثلا مثل عندي انا شيء انه بحب اطلع على الكلمات احسن من الورقة، لانه كل ما اطلع على الكويشنز بقدر حل اسرع واحلى.
كيف يعني؟ مش عم بفهم.
آه مثلا هلا انا اذا بدي امسك ورقه وبدي اقعد اسجل الكيوردز عندي مش حقدر ركز منيح، فالافضل انه حوقهم.
اذا انت عم تستخدم التاب ومعك البن،
امم
اعمل سيركل على التاب. انا مش ححرك البيج، انا البيج حخليها ثابته على السكرين عندي. انت اذا عم تستخدم التاب وماسك البن، اعمل سيركل على على الوورد بنفس البيج
لا،
على السكرين.
قصدي انه كل ما اني لما اقرا الجمل اني بقدر اعرف وين وصلنا او شيء.
طيب يلا معناها نبلش الريكوردينج، ونشوف كيف حنعمل
لا لحظه،
بالسكشن.
بس خليني اخذ الكيوردز.
حيعطيك علي، حيعطيك السبيكر وقت لنعمل الكيوردز. اوكي.
طيب.
اوكي so let's start.
a lecture about conflict at work, given by a business studies lecturer. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40. Now listen carefully and answer questions 31 to 40.
Over the years, attitudes towards workers have changed considerably. After all, there was a time when workers had no rights at all and laboured in appalling conditions. Conditions have improved a lot, but conflict in the workplace is still common, and human resources managers nowadays need to be able to deal with it when necessary. What is conflict in the workplace? Definitions vary, but I'm taking it to refer to a whole range of behaviours that the victim finds unacceptable, from minor, harmless arguments to, at the opposite extreme, physical violence. Much of this is covered by the term bullying, by which I mean one or more people behaving abusively or aggressively against another who is in a weaker position. Although all behaviour like this is a form of conflict, not all conflict can be described in these terms. As with all human behaviour, there are numerous reasons for it, but often it's caused by someone who feels the need to show their superiority over someone else in order to feel that they aren't at the lowest level in a hierarchy or a group of people. In some cases, one person simply dislikes the other on the basis that the personality of one is in some way incompatible with that of the other person. A general habit of optimism in one person could make them intolerant of a colleague who's constantly pessimistic. Not that that justifies treating them badly, of course. Some conflicts arise when people are more interested in promoting themselves and their team than in the company as a whole. These conflicts are called structural and could come about, for example, when a sales team believe they are the only people in the business who do any useful work and look down on behind-the-scenes administrators. Conflict obviously affects the individuals concerned. The situation is likely to be very stressful for victims, resulting in their absence from work, possibly for months. For the company, if no effort is made to deal with conflict, it can spiral out of control and even lead to the breakdown of the business. Some interesting work with chief executives, CEOs, has uncovered some of the reasons why they may treat colleagues badly. Many CEOs combine two opposing characteristics: confidence, that is, the belief that they're capable of great achievements, with a high level of anxiety, a fear of missing targets, whether set by themselves or by the directors of the company. This combination can make them respond badly to anyone who questions their decisions. In a high-pressure work environment, such characteristics become problematic, and it's particularly difficult to tackle the situation where colleagues, managers, and board members are all trying to achieve their own visions. When they can't agree on strategic issues and on where they see the business going, there are real problems. For managers at lower levels within the organisation, it might seem that an autocratic form of management, where the chief executive gives orders and everyone else has to obey, would see more conflict than others. Interestingly, though, a company with a more democratic business model can suffer more when uncertainty about who to report to leads to conflicting demands. Now I'll say a little about dealing with the type of conflict that has harmful effects. Of course, the ideal is to prevent it arising in the first place. A good manager at any level will make efforts to earn the respect of the people they work with, particularly those who report to them. That will involve politeness in all communications and treating them as equals who happen to have a different role within the organisation. Sometimes, of course, conflict does occur and can get out of hand. In such cases, the Human Resources Department often gets involved. However, if one of the parties in a conflict sees human resources as simply a mouthpiece for the chief executive, then an external mediator might be able to help. By talking to both sides and trying to find the truth of what's been happening, they can build a clear picture of the situation and give feedback that both sides will accept, precisely because they're independent.
That is the end of section 4. You now have half a minute to check your answers.
So, Ali, how did you find section 4, the last one?
That is the end of the listening test. In the IELTS test, you would now have 10 minutes to...
Okay, so
اوكي. هلا صراحة أول شيء كان في شوشرة حد، يعني ما قدرت ركز منيح، ما قدرت إلا آخذ 2 أجوبة.
علي نحن عم نعمل براكتس، يعني لو بنضل نعيد الريكوردينج 10 مرات أكيد ما في مشكلة. نحن مش
صح.
بالفاينل مش بالفاينل اكزام. هلا بالفاينل اكزام اكيد حتسمعوا مره، بس هاي الفاينل. نحن هون عم نعمل براكتس، الهدف انه نعرف نحل صح، وحتى لو عدنا صح بالعكس كل ما عدنا احسن، عملنا براكتس احسن، بصير الفورم معروف لإلك مألوف، وبصير بنعمل افضل وافضل. فمش مشكله اذا رجعنا عدنا الريكوردينج. اوكي
اوكي.
طيب، بما انه معنا دقيقه بس وتقريبا 20 ثانيه لينتهي الميتنج، انا بفضل انه نفصل هلا ونرجع نفوت مشان ما يقطش الريكوردينج معك، ونرجع نعيد عن جديد.
اوكي.
So I'm waiting for you. Please come back. Bye bye.